This conference will now be recorded.
Hello guys, welcome back. So guys, here in this session we are going to learn enterprise structure. So we'll see what is this enterprise structure, what configurations we are going to do guys, and from this session onwards the practical session is going to be started. So we'll see practically. So first of all, I'll explain theoretically what is this enterprise structure, and then we'll do the practical. In the sense, practically we are going to set up, we are going to configure these things. So now here let's have a look one by one. So let me show you this PPT first. So look at here guys, if we talk about enterprise structure, it is also called organizational structure. Okay, now enterprise structure represents the business structure of a particular organization. SAP enterprise structure is the initial steps of implementations. And if we talk about like enterprise structure or organizational structure example, then it is like company code, business areas, sales organizations, purchase organizations, plant, profit center, cost center. So these all are like whatever example I have quoted, it doesn't mean that this is from FICO only, even from other module also I have added, right? So if we talk about enterprise structure guide, that represents a business structure of particular organization, right? Now if I ask what is your understanding about this, to be honest guys, I know that your understanding is zero only, because this is what you are going to get if you are going to search on Google. Such kind of definitions are there on Google, right? Simply in 2 line 3 line, or else like everywhere whichever people are going to show the PPT and all, everywhere some 3 4 line definitions will be there, and they are going to start the configurations. So by this the understanding will be zero itself. I'll just do one thing guys. Again, as usual, I'll quote some example and then I'll try to make you people understand. Okay, this is the first session guys. Might be there'll be chances that bit confusion will be there, but I'll tell you guys, don't worry. You just proceed further in the sequence, which like the video sequence which I have given here. As per that, everything is going to be very nicely. You guys are going to understand. So don't worry. Okay. Now, so let me quote an example here. Now, let's assume that Tata Motor, okay, Tata Motor is having like, first of all, I'll show you some hierarchy here. Hierarchy in the sense like, okay, enterprise structure if we talk about, or organization structure. Look at here the hierarchy. First of all, like Tata Group. A group company, of course it is, because having multiple subsidiaries like Tata Motor is there, Tata Steel is there, Tata Chemical is there, right? Tata Hotel Group is there, and multiple other subsidiaries are also there. Now, so we are going to do implementations, right? Implementations, if you guys are able to remember the previous session, I told you that we are having 4 kind of projects. So the first time installations of SAP in Tata Motor, like multiple subsidiaries are there. Sorry, Tata Group, multiple subsidiaries are there. So in Tata Motor, we are going to start our implementations, and later on Tata Steel onwards, once it is going to be, once we are going to do the same configurations and installations in Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, Tata Hotel Group, these all will be treated as a rollout project, right? Now here, so we are going to do implementations for Tata Motor first. So this is called implementation project. Now, so under Tata Group, we are having multiple subsidiaries. That is called Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Hotel Group, Tata Chemical. Let's suppose like 4 example I have quoted. If you're going to search on Google, you'll be having multiple what is the subsidiaries are there. Now, further Tata Motor is having, it is segregated into different business segment. Let's suppose manufacturing and service. Okay, and if you talk about the manufacturing units and also, it is having multiple plants will be there guys. Several plants will be there, might be 2 3 4 5. So now this is these all things. First of all, Tata Group, Tata Motor, then under Tata Motor we are having manufacturing area and service area. Under manufacturing we are having different plants. So these things are going to be set up into SAP. These things are going to be configured into SAP. Why these configurations required guys? I'll tell you. Because if you have to post the transactions, before posting the transactions, let's suppose what for this configurations are going to happen, guys? What for this entire implementations are going to happen? That is going to happen for Tata Motor employees, right? Tata Motor employees, let's suppose earlier, just assume that they were using registers and all. Now, after this configurations, after this implementations, what will happen? These people will be able to use SAP, that is called a kind of, it's an ERP, a software to post their transactions, right? So we'll do one thing. Let me draw a picture on this Excel sheet and then I'll explain further. So now here, let's suppose now, right now, there is no any ERP into Tata Motor. They are using registers only. To make you understand, guys, just assume here, right? Of course, nowadays every organizations are having ERPs and all, but just assume that Tata Motor, before this SAP, they were not having any ERP. Simply, they used to maintain the registers. So if they maintain the registers and all, guys, multiple different kind of registers will be there, right? Why these segregations are required, guys? Why these segregations are required? Why not to record all the sales related transactions, purchase related transactions, cash related transactions in a single register itself? So the first thing is, like, if the all transactions are going to be recorded in the single registers, it's very difficult to segregate the transactions, because it's not like only recording all the transaction, guys. Even reportings are also required, right? As an individual, what is happening, if our expenditures, our income, if you guys are going to record, you'll be having single registers where you're going to note down your daily expenditures and income on daily basis and all, because very small limited number of transactions we are doing on daily basis, isn't it? So it's possible. But what about a huge setup, a huge organizations like Tata Motor or likewise other organizations are there? So it is not possible to maintain all the transactions in a single registers. So say for example, since I have quoted the example of sales, what to say, department earlier in my what to say, introduction session and all. So here also I'm just quoting an example of sales department itself. So let's suppose sales register. If you talk about like sales related transactions, where it is going to be just registered in sales register, where they are going to record it in sales registers. So how the employees are going to find out? So different registers will be there, right? So, and on that, even the registers will be having name also. This is how they are going to identify, right? So let's suppose this is sales register, and that too for which subsidiary? Tata Motor, Tata Steel. So it is written on the first page itself, Tata Motor. You can write of Tata Group. I'm writing in shortcut. Okay, and then here, okay, so Tata Motor, a subsidiary of Tata Group. Let's suppose it is written on the first page itself. Now, under Tata Motor, okay, this is a sales register or purchase register or petty cash register. How employee will segregate? So of course, the register name also will be written. Let's suppose it is sales register, right? Now, so this is sales register. People will come to know that this is sales register. Now, this sales register. So again, since if you talk about the sales, right? Sales means like revenue is getting generated. So now Tata Motor entire sales are going to be segregated in two part, or revenue based on this, like whatever the sales revenues are getting generated, this is getting generated from their manufacturing unit also, and even they are having service unit also, in the sense like service centers are also there, right? So from service center also, let's suppose the vehicles are getting sold, and after some time, let's suppose once they visit their nearest service centers and all for the servicing, from there also revenues are getting generated. So how much, if they have to find out how much they have generated revenue from the manufacturing unit and how much they have generated this revenue from service unit, then how they will come to know? So again, this sales register further, it is going to be segregated in two part, guys, right? Try to understand. So sales register is going to be further segregated in two part, like for manufacturing, for manufacturing unit, okay, and then we'll be having what is a service unit also, right? The same I'm going to copy and paste here also. Okay, so this is for service unit. Let's suppose this is for service unit. This is manufacturing unit and this is service unit, right? Now, so again, the next question is again, like while posting a transactions, okay, if let's suppose sales revenue related transactions, sales related transactions are getting posted, first question is this transaction is belongs to like which subsidiary? So it is for Tata Motor. So Tata Motor register, let's suppose, will be there. Now in that, like this is sales related, so sales register is going to be taken by the, let's suppose, users, in the sense employees. And in sales register also, like they're segregated in two part, like sales from manufacturing unit, or like revenue from manufacturing unit, or revenue from service unit, right? So for that also two different registers are there. Again, next question will be this transactions belongs to which period, in the sense from which month, right? So this period is also going to be specified, right? Period wise register will be there, guys, right? Isn't it? Now, then after what will happen? Then the next thing is, after that, the next thing is from which year. So the year is also, let's suppose, going to be specified. The year is also going to be specified. Whatever year is there, that is going to be there on this financial year I'm talking about, guys, right? So a financial year is going to be specified. Now, so this is how what will happen. This is how like people will be able to find out the sales registers, purchase registers. Like if any transactions are going to be posted, certain what to say questions will be there. This transactions, first of all, this is for which subsidiary, right? This is for Tata Motor, Tata Steel, right? Second thing, which kind of, what is the nature of these transactions, like sales related transactions or purchase related transactions, or like even petty cash, there will be a separate transaction, guys. All the cash related transactions are going to be recorded in petty cash registers, right? So this is also the question. So let's suppose this is related to sales. Again, sales is like the sales related transactions. So sales from which unit, manufacturing or service unit, right? And again, the next question is this transactions belongs to which period, which month? July, June, August, September, right? Which financial year? So this is how, so they are going to find out, based on these questions, they are going to find out the appropriate register, and in that the transaction is going to be recorded. So if you talk about the reporting reporting means management is always interested for reports only, guys. So if management says that I need report for the like overall sales revenue, okay, sales revenue, so they will ask at micro level also and macro level also. I'll specify that. I'll just simplify this. Now they will ask like at group level also. Let's suppose a report can be like, if you talk about the entire sales revenue and all, it can be like what is the total revenue at Tata Group level. So Tata Group level means all the subsidiaries, right? First of all, if you talk about like, okay, so Tata Group level, so it means revenue belongs to Tata Steel, Tata Motor, Tata Hotel Group, and Tata Chemical. All together is going to be added. Then only it is going to be calculated at group level, right? Now, subsidiary level, in the sense Tata Motor level. So Tata Motor level, if it is required, then what is happening, guys? This manufacturing unit and service unit both are going to be added. say for example from this 100 million rupees or dollar is the, let's suppose, the revenue got generated. Okay, now this is, let's suppose, here around 25 million dollar revenue, right? So if there is a requirement from management that okay, for this particular, for July, this is from July, let's suppose. So okay, let's suppose this is for July, August and September. So here let's suppose there is a revenue, right? From this one it is like, let's suppose 20 million, and here again like 30 million dollars, isn't it? So now let's suppose how the reports are going to be prepared, guys, since they are maintaining all the transactions manually here in the registers. So even report preparation is also going to happen manually itself, right? So for every month, let's suppose different registers are getting maintained. So let's suppose in July month, how much revenue? 100 million from manufacturing unit and 100 million for this what to say, sorry, 25 million dollar from this service unit, right? Now, and again likewise for August and September, different revenues are there. So if the management is saying that okay, what is the total revenue, generated from manufacturing unit in the month of July, then what is happening? So July month register is going to be taken by the users, in the sense employee of this finance and account department, whoever is responsible for this report preparation is going to take the register of this July month. And then what is happening, guys? Then he is going to calculate like total, what is the total revenue, in the sense what are the total sales has taken place in that particular month is going to be calculated, and then is going to present the report that yes, this is what this $100 million worth of sales has been, we have generated, like whatever the revenue got generated in this particular month, right, from manufacturing units. So this register got what to say, selected. Now if like the same requirement is like okay, what is the total revenue got generated from service unit for July month, then again same calculation is going to happen. For this a different register is being maintained. So from that register the entire sales are going to be counted and it is calculated, and then finally report will be prepared. If somebody says like what is the sales revenue generated at Tata Motor level means, and that is July, it means this manufacturing plus manufacturing. I'll just do one thing, guys. I'll make it like this: manufacturing. Okay. Now, so manufacturing plus service, manufacturing plus service, right? So July month, right? Likewise, if somebody says that what is the total revenue in August, so this is what, and again the August month register is going to be like, in August month also register is going to be maintained for manufacturing unit also and service unit also separately. So again from August month register they are going to count the total revenue, right? And what is the total revenue in what to say, August month at Tata Motor subsidiary level, then this one plus this one. This is a very basic, I'll tell you guys, this is a basic, what to say, mathematical calculations here I'm showing, right? Nothing, it has nothing to do with the accounting right now, isn't it? And my entire, because I'll tell you, there are multiple candidates, even though you're from BCom like or finance background, still if you talk about the accounting things and all, then lots of concepts you've forgotten, right? So here the, if you talk about like SAP fico, fico doesn't mean that like people say SAP finance module. Finance doesn't mean that you need to have a very good understanding of what to say accounting, then only you can become a consultant. I'll tell you guys, to be honest, even there are multiple BTech candidate also from technical background, they are also working as a finance consultant because they are having perfect knowledge, and that too entire whatever topics, like they know all the logics, and also try to understand the logic, guys. Don't go for blind configurations. If you know all the configuration steps, and that too like you mugged up all the configuration steps and all, still it is impossible to crack the interview, and it is impossible to become a consultant if you don't know the logic. So always run behind logic, not behind the configurations. I know this configurations, I know this configurations, but I'll tell you guys honestly, you know nothing, right? Because configurations means you know how to do, but if you don't know why to do, then it's very difficult to become a consultant. Now anyway, we'll be back on this uh, explanations once again. So here we are talking about, so this is how. So now if for July month, if they want like at Tata Motor level, here I'll just make like this. Okay, I'll make like this. This is for, okay, so this is for Tata Motor, right? Okay, so now look at here, Tata Motor means what? This one plus this one, this one plus this one, right? So this is plus this is service plus manufacturing, right? So now why, what is the need of segregating this like at manufacturing unit level and service unit level? Because like if micro level, in the sense, if there is a requirement that okay, for manufacturing unit how much revenue and service unit how much revenue, so this is possible only if two different registers are there, right? If two different registers are there, then only it is possible, guys, or else it is going to be very difficult to count register, what to say, transaction wise one by one, if you have to identify which what to say transactions belongs to manufacturing, which transaction belong to service unit. That is very difficult. So that is why they are going to maintain two different registers. So likewise, if they have to, so for July month, like if they want to calculate for Tata Motor level, then service plus manufacturing. Again for August also service plus manufacturing, and September also service plus manufacturing. Now if they want to know like for manufacturing unit in second quarter how much total revenue, so these all three, let's suppose it is going to be how much, so it's 300 million dollars, right? And likewise for this one, how much it is, so 75 million dollar, right? And if they want like for both, if it Tata Motor level how much, then this one and plus this one. This is how they are going to calculate this what to say revenues and all. So but here if you talk about the revenue calculation, guys, manually everything is happening. Now they have decided to switch on ERP. In the sense, they have decided that okay, we are going to use one ERP. So if they are going to use the ERP, then in ERP also the same activities are going to be performed. ERP means software, right? So even in ERP also same activities are going to be performed, guys. All the transactions, whichever, let's suppose I have quoted example of sales. So sales related transactions are going to be posted in sales registers earlier. Right now the same sales related transactions are going to be posted into SAP right now. Okay, it means physical registers are going to be converted into digital registers. So if the same transaction is going to be posted in SAP, then what will happen? Again the same question will be there, this transaction belongs to which subsidiary? So the answer is Tata Motor, right? So this Tata Motor must be set up, into SAP, right? Okay, that is going to be set up into SAP. Now again under Tata Motor, like here I'll write down. So under Tata Motor, this is going to be set up, right? Okay, and this Tata Motor is subsidiary of what? It is subsidiary of Tata Group. So Tata Group is also going to be set up. Then only like you have to get the report, consolidated report at group level. You have to get the you have to get the report at what to say this subsidiary level, right? Again, you have to see the report at manufacturing unit and service unit level also, right? You can again further, like in manufacturing unit we are having multiple plants, so plant level also you, if you want to see the report. So this is how like what to say, requirements will be there from organizations, right? So now here, Tata Motor, first of all, this is going to be set up into SAP system. This Tata Group is also going to be set up into SAP system. How that I'm going to show you. Now, apart from this, like if you talk about manufacturing unit, service unit, that is also going to be set up into, because uh, this, if you talk about this period, July, June, August, September, this is also supposed to be there into SAP system, right? If you talk about this financial year, this is also supposed to be set up into a system, because if you post a transaction, there will be multiple questions like this transaction belongs to which subsidiary, Tata Motor, Tata Steel, right? So now here, like, are you going to, what to say, write down the things and all? No, it is not. It's simply Tata Motor, Tata Steel, these all things will be set up into SAP. Simply you need to select it while posting the transaction. Whether it is, I'll show you guys once. I'm going to explain in details. Okay, don't worry with the, like, quoting all the examples so that you guys will be able to understand perfectly. Okay, so now this is supposed to be set up into SAP. This is one time setup. Once we have set up, once we have configured this Tata Motor, Tata Steel, this manufacturing unit, service unit, like periods in the sense June, July, August, September. So once you have set up into SAP, this is one time setup. After that, lifelong, these things are going to be used by users of Tata Motor. They will simply post the transactions. Once they are going to post the transactions, the question is, this transactions belongs to what? This belongs to Tata Motor, right? This transactions belongs to in Tata Motor, like from manufacturing unit or service unit, right? Again, this belongs to which period? For from June month, July month, right? August, September, and that to which financial year, right? Again, if you talk about the financial year, again separate configuration is there for that, guys. I'm going to explain in details so that you guys will be having perfect understanding. Financial year also, whether it is calendar year or non-calendar year. If it is a calendar year, then the calculation is quite easy. If it is non-calendar year, then what will happen? There will be some challenges. Non-calendar year means if you're going to give a particular date, let's suppose 01, 05, 01, or let's suppose 04. Okay, here a particular year, let's suppose we have given, I have given a particular year also. Okay, so I think having some cold, guys, so might be the voice will be having some. Okay, so here let's suppose this is the date. Now if you're going to, so here if you post a transaction and if you give this date, so this is the date 01 and this is the month 04, right? So if it is calendar year, then this is fourth month, and if it is non-calendar year, then this could be a different period. Month in the month equals to period only, guys, right? Whether you say first month, second month, third month, or else like you say first period, second period, third period, both are same. In SAP language, we are going to call it as a period. Okay, first period, second period, third period. Okay, so now this is fourth period as per calendar year, and if it is non-calendar year, in that case, what is happening, guys? It is going to be a different period. Okay, as per calendar year, this is fourth period, and non-calendar year, say for example, if we are going to follow April to March, so this is going to be first period. Okay, in details, I'll give a very exclusive example with all this configuration steps that I'll explain you guys in upcoming video. Don't worry about this one. So now these all things are going to be set up into SAP. This is called configurations. Okay, so the first configurations which is going to be started in SAP is called enterprise structure. First of all, you have to set up this enterprise structure. If you post a transactions, this transaction is going to be posted for which subsidiary? This transaction is going to be posted for, like, this belongs to Tata Motor or Tata Steel, right? Whether this belongs to manufacturing unit or service unit, whether this belongs to June period or July period, in the sense fourth period, fifth period, sixth period, seventh period, whether this belongs to like which financial year it belongs to, right? So these all things are going to be set up. So now this Tata Motor, right, Tata Group, this manufacturing unit, service unit, these all are called the enterprise structure. These are the part of enterprise structure. Now if you talk about this July, this is called posting period. If you talk about this 2000 something, like whatever the year is there, that is called financial year or fiscal year. These are the part of basic settings, right? So people says enterprise structure and basic setting. Whichever module configurations are going to be started, guys, this is going to be started from enterprise structure. Like for finance side, let's suppose we are having company, you have to set up company code, business area, like that. What is called this company, guys? Company means company represents, if you talk about like Tata Group, right? Tata Group, let's suppose Tata Group. Okay, I'm writing in shortcut. So this is going to be set up into SAP. This is called group company, right? So this is going to be called in SAP language, it is called company. Okay, group company is nothing but company. And under Tata Group, we are having like Tata Motor, we are having Tata Steel, we are having Tata Chemical. So these are going to be set up into SAP. This is called what? This is called company code. Okay, I'm typing again in shortcut itself. Okay, this is called company code. These all Tata Motor, Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, this is called company code. So company equals to what, guys? Company is nothing but group company, and company code is what? Whatever subsidiaries are there, right? So creation of company, creation of, and again in Tata Motor, like we are having like two different kind of businesses are there, like let's suppose manufacturing unit and service unit. So that is again going to be set up as a business area. That is going to be set up as a business area. So now if you talk about like creation of group company, this is not a mandatory configurations, because let's suppose there is an organization which is not having any other subsidiary, it's only one. So this cannot be told as a, we can't say that this is a group company, right? Group company means what, guys? More than one subsidiary, at least two subsidiaries are there, then we can say that okay, this is group company. Okay, this is a group company. So if let's suppose one particular organization is there which is having only one unit itself is there, right? So that is single organizations, right? So only company code is going to be set up, guys. Company is not required because company represents group company, right? This logic I'll tell you, because this is the first session itself, guys, and in a single session it is not possible to explain each and everything. There are lots of things to explain, but that will be explained one by one, and that is why I said that don't worry, at least like watch this, what do you say, this is the first practical session, right? In the sense like here first of all theoretically I'm going to explain, and again in next session practically I'm going to show you how to set up the company and company code, so that easily you guys will be able to configure the way I'm going to configure. You can also configure. Now, so here group company represents, this is called in SAP language, it is called company, and whatever subsidiaries are there under one particular under particular group company, this is going to be set up into SAP as a company code. So company code equals to what, guys? Subsidiary, and company equals to group company. Okay, so first of all I said that this is the hierarchy. Okay, first of all Tata Group, right? Under Tata Group we are having multiple subsidiary. So now we are going to do implementations for Tata Motor. So this Tata Motor also we have to set up. Under Tata Motor it is going to be segregated into like business unit, like manufacturing and service units are there, that is going to be set up as a business area. Then we are having plants. Under manufacturing we are having multiple plants. Plant is not like setting up plant is not our responsibility, guys. That is going to be set up by whom? Again people will be there. So those people are going to set up this plant and all. Okay, so that is going to be set up by people. Okay, so now here, so we'll do one thing. Now we'll see the configurations. I'll show you guys how we are going to configure this all things, in the sense like company code, business area and all, how it is going to be configured. It's pretty easy. I'll show you practically. So in next session I'm going to show you how it is going to be configured. Okay, so here theoretically I simply explained this enterprise structure, guys, and now practically I'm going to show you how we are going to set up this company code, and whatever this manufacturing unit or service unit is there. And later again you will be having better understanding only once we started, like once we post certain transactions. But before posting transactions, multiple other configurations also will be there. That is why I said that in a single session not possible to explain each and everything. Okay, so now in next session I'm going to do the configurations, and again further configurations basic setting will be there also in next to next session, and all one by one, step by step we are going to perform. So that's all in this session, guys. That's all in this session. And so in next session I'm explaining the practical part, in the sense how to set up these things. Okay, so that's all in this session.